out of the room and into a garage. "He will never let you get away with this. When he realises what you've done, he'll kill you," she whimpered. "Ha!" The man laughed as he threw her down onto a mattress in the back of a large transit van. "Like I said, gullible. Your boyfriend knows exactly what's going on here, and there isn't a thing he's going to do to stop me. He orchestrated the whole thing, sweetheart. I'm only following orders." Demi tried to process what her captor had said. Was he really trying to suggest that her boyfriend was involved in this? He was kind, beautiful, and passionate. There was no way. This guy had it wrong. "You're wrong. He'll find you and make sure you never walk again." Demi struggled. The man slapped her hard across the face, and the act silenced her. Demi fought against the cable ties that cut into her skin. She couldn't let this happen. She had to fight, had to survive this. The horror of realising what possibly was about to happen to her seemed to paralyse her as a second, more forceful slap struck her. A dirty white rag fell over her face as the man pressed down hard on her jaw. Demi faded out, and even though she tried to fight, she succumbed to the invading, drug-induced sleep. Part 1, 2002. Chapter 1. The music thumped in Kev's chest as he wandered around the rave site at Barhouse Farm Estate. The ecstasy tablet he'd taken earlier had well and truly kicked in, and he felt like his chest was going to explode. He'd been plunged into darkness, having climbed through a hole in the surrounding fence to take a piss, since all the portable toilets were either in use or had been already destroyed. The music the DJ was playing was the sound of the summer. Missy Elliott, For My People, the Basement Jacks remix. Kev could hear the boys laughing, giving it the usual Scottish rave chant, here we fucking go." It made him smile, even though his jaw was stiff as an iron bar from the E he'd taken earlier. "Oi, Kev, what are you doing out there?" A familiar yet distant voice floated on the beat of the music from the dance tent at the bottom of the field. Tucking himself back in, Kev turned around and headed back to the fence, hoping that he'd be able to find the hole he'd climbed through, and thankful that the day hadn't been a typical Scottish summer washout. Otherwise he'd have ended up covered in all sorts, cow shit, mud, the lot. "Toilets are fucked, mate," Kev shouted. He tried to focus on where the voice was coming from. He couldn't even be sure he'd heard it at all. He was too off his face to be sure of anything. Kev was headed back in the direction of the dance tent when he heard a noise coming from the long reeds at the east side of the field. This rave wasn't your typical tea in the park festival. It was a much smaller, more local rave, catered only for people of a certain age, from certain areas of the city of Glasgow. Kev knew almost everyone there. The Barhouse estate had bought up most of the tickets, as had two more estates, Main Hill and South Lone. "Where the fuck are you?" Kev shouted. When he didn't get a response, he decided to go back to the tent and find the boys. But that's when he spotted him, one of his very best mates ruining some girl's life. "What the fuck are you doing?" Kev said, putting a jog on as he moved closer to the horror unfolding in front of him. His mate looked up from him with a smile on his face and dark eyes. "Shut it, Kev. You don't know what's going on here." Kev balled up his fist and took a swing, grazing Donnie's jaw before falling over. Donnie let go of the girl's throat, but instead of scrambling to get away, she simply lay there, staring up at the sky with wide eyes and a vacant expression, and her skirt up around her waist. Next to her lay a 2-litre bottle of Coke, most of it empty, and the lid still on. That's what most of the ravers were drinking at the rave, half Coke, half vodka. "What the fuck is your problem?" Donnie shouted, pushing Kev hard in the chest. "I could ask you the same question. What the hell are you playing at?" Donnie laughed wildly, and Kev could tell he was too off his face on drugs.